I'm here with William Gordan, who has been nominated by his colleagues at Dickinson High School as Teacher of the Year. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what do you teach?
Yes, well, my name is William Gordan. I've been teaching at Dickinson for high school for a number of years. I am currently instructional leader at Dickinson, but for years I have taught English, and that also included Black literature, African American literature, and I just love teaching English. American Lit is my favorite thing to teach, but currently, as I said, I'm instructional leader. I am involved in helping teachers to manage their way through our various platforms and help them in any way possible.
So what kind of techniques do you help teachers master to enhance their learning?
Well, I think that it's very important that when you are helping teachers, it's similar to helping students. You have to gain their trust. That's one thing you have to do. And then you have to make them feel comfortable in what they're doing. And you have to also make sure that they understand that you do have the knowledge to help them. But at the same time, you are learning together. One of my favorite quotes is docendo discimus, which means we learn through teaching. And I have always thought of myself more of a learner than a teacher. But through the teaching, you're learning continuously. And I think that that's what I did with my students also in the classroom. They are much more comfortable when they see that you are interested in learning. And they hop on board at that particular point when they realize, oh, this teacher really has something to offer us, and this teacher really does want to learn through me. And you're not only learning the content, you're learning about them, and that's what's important for them.
You brought up a very important distinction that we are always learning.
Yes.
Humans always learn. It's not just the content or a specific novel or whatever the curricula may be for a specific subject, but that we're lifelong learners.
Yes.
And I know that you also take many other roles at Dickinson High School. So I'd like you to share a little more about, because you're very good with the history of Dickinson High School.
Yes.
And I think our community would love to learn from that.
Yes. Well, first of all, yes, in my career, I have put on many different hats at Dickinson and also in the district. I was a CIT in Dickinson. I was head of, I coached track. I was honor society advisor and advisor to a number of clubs with central office for at least 10 plus years. I was head teacher in our summer recovery program, both at McNair site and also at the Lincoln High School site. And I enjoyed all of that when I did that. Again, you learn when you do those things. Through all of the different hats that I have put on, I consider myself very lucky in that regard, because I think teachers, if you just go in and teach and then leave at 3 o'clock or whatever, you don't see the forest for the trees. And the number of different hats that I put on, it's kind of like looking at the forest with a drone. You're looking over everything and you oversee everything, and you realize the different parts that are working together, and that's very rewarding to see that kind of a thing. Now, in addition to my English certification, I'm also certified in social studies, and I have recently, we will be opening up a museum at Dickinson High School, which is really is an amazing place, that high school. We have a book that is signed by 3 different presidents. So we had 3 different presidents come in and speak at Dickinson High School. We have Helen Keller, who has also there, and a number of other people. And the history, which I could get carried away with right now, but I'm not going to. But when a museum opens up in 2 weeks, then I think people should come to see that.
Absolutely. And that's
Yes.
why I asked you
I
the
know you
question.
did.
Because I set you up.
Yes, and I'm glad you
But
did.
I did because it's so important that the community know about the history. It's a beautiful building. It stands tall on the hill, but the history that is Jersey City is there, and the nation is there.
I'm glad that you said that, because it's exactly what I've been looking at as we looked at. Well, my students are unbelievable in gathering and researching this information that they found, and you can trace the history of Jersey City through what we have in our museum. Not only history of Jersey City, but the history of the state and the history of the country can be traced through that. Because even before Dickinson High School was there as a building, the land itself played a very major part in all of our wars: the Revolutionary War, War of 1812, the Civil War. And all of that is there. It's just that we have to expose that. And I think that's very important.
Absolutely. We want the community to realize. So I'm going to challenge the JCETV to also be part of this initiative, because we want to make sure that our community knows the rich history that we have in our city, and how relevant we're all a little part of that, and we're making more history.
Yes,
So
we are. As we're sitting here, we are making history.
we are making history.
No, we are. It's serious. We in our regard, that the culture that is changing. The students that are coming in. As you know, that Jersey City was always a city of immigrants, but not the same type of immigrants coming together. So the history is still made here. And that's what's wonderful about Jersey City, and of course Dickinson High School, where we have a large ELL population, as you know.
Yes,
So,
when we celebrated 175th anniversary at Dickinson High School, it's funny because while the Statue of Liberty is right here, we welcome, and I'm very grateful as an immigrant myself that Jersey City welcomed me and welcomed, tonless of individuals who have gone on to be make what this country has always been proud of.
Yes.
That diversity and the success, the American dream. And it starts right here in Jersey City.
It really does. Yes.
It really does.
And that's been since Dickinson's been there. I mean, that's what the immigrants coming in, and they didn't move. A lot of them moved to New York, yes, but a lot of them came into Jersey City and got jobs there. And yes.
So as the world has become flat, we're still welcoming the world in Jersey City.
That's a good way to put it.
So with that in mind, I want to thank you. Is there anything you'd like to add for our community in terms of education, but education as the whole, not just a career in the classroom, but as educators as a calling?
Yes. I think, first of all, the community should definitely take more of an active role in their school buildings, and there's so much there. And with Dickinson, it's just so impressive, the building itself, and sometimes very intimidating, as you're walking into there. But for as far as our community, I think that they should take more of a role, or at least try to. Don't be afraid. We have very nice people in the schools, in all of the schools, not just Dickinson, and very friendly people, and come in, see what it's like, and don't just be looking at the media that sometimes gives a negative impression of us all. And that's never good, but look at the positive things that are there. And pretty much. Yeah.
I'm going to add a little bit of my own narrative to that. As a novice teacher for many years, I looked at Dickinson High School, that, impressive building. You see it from the river. You see it from the highway.
You see, from coming out of the Holland Tunnel, that's the first thing. People say, what is that?
Yes, the fort, that big building. I was always petrified of that building. I was convinced that if I was ever sent to that building, I would just have to find another job because I could not succeed there.
No.
But
that is-
as an administrator, once I got over the fear of the impressive structure that it is, and I walked the hallways, it is no different than the little red schoolhouse
right.
that is,
Right.
so prevalent throughout our community. And the inside, it's orderly, it's quiet, it just has 2,000 students, and
Yes.
when they leave for lunch, they could be a massive group of students,
Yes.
but they're lively, just like any other 2,000 people walking out of a sporting event. But,
Yes,
it
yes.
is a lovely building.
Yeah, I think the club is Historical Preservation Club, so there are a lot of things there that we need to preserve. And we cannot let it go into disrepair. We cannot just let it go to the side. We cannot let the students ever graduate from that building not knowing what that building is all about. And that's been happening for too long. And it's someone's fault. It's just that, things have been forgotten. But there are so many things there, like the murals that are out in the lobby, the columns, there's Italian marble, is all of this stuff. And we can't let it go deteriorate. We have to help. We are the custodians of that place. It's not our building, but we're the custodians that keep it alive and keep it going and preserving it. And that's our job, and that's what we need to do a little bit more of.
It belongs to our community,
Yes.
and it is important that while we're here, we take care of it.
Yes.
So with that, I thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Very nice
and
talking to you today.
Thank you. And it's obvious why you were selected to represent Dickinson High School.